boy, here we go. The oppressed donut narrative. I'm happy to debunk this sentimental fluff. Prove it. What's the actual scientific evidence that donuts are underappreciated in the USA?
Hold up, slow down. I expected some skepticism, but sentimental fluff? That's a bit harsh, don't you think? Before we get to the scientific evidence, can I ask, have you ever stopped to think about the emotional connection people have with donuts? They're often associated with careless indulgence, pleasure, and nostalgia. Yet, in the culinary world, they're dismissed as nothing more than a guilty pleasure. That seems like a classic case of underappreciation to me. But fine, let's play by the science rules. How about we dive into some data on donut consumption, production, and cultural relevance? I've got some juicy stats to share.
Ah, nice attempt to tug at my heartstrings, but emotional appeals won't cut it around here. Fine, I'll grant that people have sentimental attachments to donuts, but that doesn't mean they're underappreciated in the culinary world. Now, about those juicy stats. Bring it on. I'm ready to dissect those numbers and separate fact from feel-good fluff. What's the data say about donut consumption, production, and cultural relevance in the USA?
I was hoping you'd take the bait. Okay, let's get down to business. Did you know that, according to the National Restaurant Association, donuts are the second most profitable bakery item in restaurants, yet they're often relegated to a mere afterthought at trendy coffee shops? That's a telling sign of underappreciation, if you ask me. And what about this? Despite being a $10 billion industry, donuts are often overlooked in discussions about food trends, getting dwarfed by more trendy desserts like artisanal ice cream or gourmet cupcakes. Don't even get me started on the pitiful donut-to-coffee ratio at your average coffee shop. It's like they're an afterthought. These stats, plus the data on agricultural subsidies, suggest that donuts have an unfair reputation as the unclean or lazy cousin of the bakery world, pushes up worn wooden beads on wrist. Care to poke some holes in these stats or offer an explanation for this seeming lack of love?